Hey, what's up, treasure hunters? Welcome back to my channel, where we dive deep into history's most fascinating mysteries. I'm your host, and today we're setting sail into the wild world of piracy. Now, picture this. You're a pirate in the 1600s. No GPS, no Google Maps. Heck, you don't even have a decent map half the time. Yet somehow, these guys manage to sail across vast oceans, raid ships, and find tiny islands to bury their treasure. How? Before we dive in, smash that like button if you've ever gotten lost even with Google Maps. We've all been there, right? And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing historical content. So, how did pirates navigate the seven seas without getting completely lost? Well, it turns out they were way smarter than Hollywood gives them credit for. Let me break it down for you. First up, celestial navigation. Yeah, pirates were basically ancient astronomers, except instead of discovering new galaxies, they were discovering new ways to steal your stuff. The North Star, or Polaris, was like their cosmic GPS. This bad boy sits almost directly above the North Pole, so it barely moves in the night sky. Pirates could use it to figure out which direction was north, and from there, they could plot their course. But here's where it gets spicy. What if you're sailing in the southern hemisphere? Well, tough luck, buddy, because the North Star isn't visible down there. Southern pirates had to get creative with constellations like the Southern Cross. Talk about working with what you've got. Next up is dead reckoning. Now, this method sounds way more ominous than it actually is. Dead reckoning isn't about communicating with ghost pirates, although that would be pretty cool, not gonna lie. Dead reckoning was basically advanced guesswork. Pirates would start from a known position, then estimate their direction, and distance traveled based on their compass heading, speed, and time at sea. It's like when you're walking somewhere new and you're like, okay, I walked for 10 minutes in this direction, so I should be roughly here? The problem? Errors compound over time. Miss your calculation by just a degree or two, and after a few days you could be miles off course. It's like that game of telephone, but instead of a funny misunderstood message, you end up in the wrong ocean entirely. Then we have coastal navigation. This one's pretty straightforward. Stay close to the coast and use landmarks. See that weird-shaped rock? That's your McDonald's golden arches of the 1700s, baby. Pirates would memorize distinctive features like cliffs, beaches, rock formations, and even the color of the water. They'd create mental maps of coastlines, remembering things like, okay, after the pointy cliff, there's a bay with white sand, then a river mouth. The downside? This method only works if you're near land. Once you're in the middle of the ocean, that distinctive palm tree isn't going to help you much. It's like trying to navigate your neighborhood by looking for your friend's house, but your friend moved to another country. Ah yes, the trusty compass. This little magnetic miracle was probably a pirate's best friend, right after their parrot and their rum collection. But here's the thing that might blow your mind. Compasses don't actually point to true north. They point to magnetic north, which can be off by several degrees depending on where you are in the world. It's like your GPS telling you to turn left, but left is actually slightly diagonal. Confusing much? Smart pirates learned to adjust for this magnetic variation, or declination. They'd know that in certain areas, they needed to add or subtract degrees from their compass reading to get their true bearing. Basically, they became human calculators way before calculators were cool. This is where pirates got really next level. They learned to read the ocean like a book, and I'm not talking about Moby Dick, although that would be pretty meta. Different ocean currents, wave patterns, and even the color of water could give clues about location. For example, the Gulf Stream in the Atlantic is warmer and has a distinctive deep blue color. If you're a pirate and you hit warm, deep blue water while sailing north along the American coast, you know you found the Gulf Stream. Pirates also watched for signs of land even when they couldn't see it. Birds flying in formation usually meant land was nearby. Floating debris, changes in wave patterns, and even different smells carried by the wind could all indicate proximity to shore. It's like having superpowers, but instead of fighting crime, you're committing it on the high seas. Okay, this next one's a bit cheeky, but hey, it worked. Sometimes the best navigation technique was just following someone who actually knew where they were going. Pirates would often shadow merchant ships from a distance, using them as unwitting guides to profitable trade routes. It's the maritime equivalent of following someone at the mall because they look like they know where they're going, except with more cannons and significantly more legal consequences. Here's something Hollywood definitely doesn't show you. Pirates weren't just random criminals sailing aimlessly around the ocean. Many of them were former sailors, fishermen, or merchant mariners who had legitimate knowledge of specific regions. They'd recruit locals who knew hidden coves, safe harbors, and secret passages through reefs. Think of it as having a local guide, Except your guide is also probably wanted by 3 different governments. Let's talk about the actual tools these sea dogs used. We've got the astrolabe, basically a medieval GPS that looked like a fancy brass clock. This thing could measure the angle of celestial bodies above the horizon, helping pirates figure out their latitude. Then there's the quadrant and later the sextant, more sophisticated tools that did similar jobs but with better accuracy. Using these required actual skill, unlike today where we just angrily tap our phones when GPS takes us the wrong way. But you know what the most important navigation tool was? The human brain. Pirates developed incredible observational skills and memory. They could remember wind patterns, seasonal changes, and the behavior of sea life that indicated different locations. They'd pass down knowledge through oral tradition, creating a kind of pirate Wikipedia that existed entirely in people's heads. Oh, you're going to Tortuga? Well, when you see the seagulls acting weird and the water turns that specific shade of turquoise, hang a left at the floating barrel. Of course, not everything always went smoothly. Pirates got lost all the time. There are stories of pirate ships wandering for weeks, running low on supplies, with crews getting increasingly grumpy. And trust me, you do not want to be stuck on a ship with hangry pirates. Bad weather could throw off all their calculations. Storms would blow ships way off course, and cloudy skies made celestial navigation impossible. It's like trying to use GPS during a solar storm, except the consequences were potentially death by scurvy instead of just being late to brunch. Here's something cool. Navigation wasn't just one person's job on a pirate ship. It was a collaborative effort. The captain might have the final say, but the navigator, quartermaster, and experienced crew members all contributed their knowledge. They'd hold councils to discuss routes, debate the best places to find prey, and share information about naval patrols. It was like a floating democracy, except instead of voting on tax policy, they were voting on which merchant ship to rob next. You know what's funny? Some of these techniques are still used today. Commercial sailors and yacht owners learn celestial navigation as a backup to GPS. Because, hey, technology can fail, but the stars are usually reliable. Dead reckoning is still taught in navigation courses. And reading ocean conditions, that's basically what modern weather routing does, just with satellites and computers instead of salty intuition. So there you have it, folks. Pirates weren't just lucky guessers stumbling around the ocean. They were skilled navigators who combined scientific knowledge, practical experience, and pure intuition to rule the seas. Sure, they had their share of, oops, we're completely lost moments, but overall, they managed to navigate vast oceans using nothing but their wits, basic tools, and a healthy dose of maritime street smarts. Next time your GPS fails and you're stuck in traffic, just remember, at least you're not trying to find a tiny Caribbean island using only the stars and the color of the water. If you enjoyed this deep dive into pirate navigation, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more awesome historical content, and let me know in the comments. What other pirate mysteries do you want me to explore? Until next time, keep your compass steady and your treasure maps handy. Catch you on the flip side, you magnificent sea dogs.